Cream of broccoli soup. First I'm going to put a stick of butter in the bottom of my pan. Turn my pan on to medium. With this I'm going to add a cup of water, a couple cups of water, and 2 big bouillon cubes. Chicken bouillon cubes. Crush them up in my fingers. And okay. Bring this to a boil. Turn it up to high. Rinse the hands. Always wash the hands. Okay, now while that's still going up, what we've done earlier is we've cut up a couple stalks of celery and maybe a half a cup of an onion, sweet onion, and broccoli, quite a bit of broccoli. This is broccoli soup, and there's crown broccoli, and about maybe 3 cups, 4 cups, something like that. We're going to be using heavy cream. We're going to be using light cream. And normally to thicken a soup, you use flour, but we're not going to use flour. We're going to use soy protein, which is going to give the soup some body. It's going to fill us up, and it will thicken it also. It's a new experiment today. I've never done this before. And garlic salt. Mrs. Dash, my favorite lady. Summer savory. Oh, a nice spice. I'm going to add a little of that today, see what happens. And of course, black pepper. Crushed black pepper. That's what we're using. So here we go. The butter is melting, and I'm going to get a fork here and start. What the heck is that? Smoke coming up there. Okay. Oh, okay. It's okay. So we're going to melt the butter, and that melts the bouillon, gets the bouillon cube in there too. So you have a nice chicken bouillon base. And we cut the butter up a little bit. What we're going to do, it's pretty easy to make. Kind of a variation on the cream of asparagus. No carbs, very low carbs. We'll put how many carbs are on it afterwards, but great way to lose weight. And it's a cold day today, it's 40 degrees. Oh. Yes, it's 40 degrees out. Almost July 1st. Freezing! So it's a soup day. So here we go. We get this nice and boiling. And what we do is we're going to throw in all the broccoli. And we're going to throw in all the celery stuff. Onion. Okay? And we're going to cook that down until it gets a little cooked. Al dente. I think we need some more water. Little more water. Because it will cook down. Get rid of the fork. Get a spoon. On high. A little too big a broccoli guy here. Yeah, about that big. Bite size. Because half of this is going to go in a blender and be blended up. That way it makes it thick. Makes it thick and mushy. But then you'll leave some pieces to know it's to know that it's cream of broccoli soup. Otherwise you wouldn't know what it was. So see, what time do we start? Very, very quick time to make this. Cover my pan, make it go faster. And then I'm going to put it in the blender. This is a Cuisinart blender. I got it on Craigslist. Believe it or not, it was brand new. Somebody had gotten it for a gift. They didn't want it, so I got it so cheap on Craigslist. I went and got it. Had all the attachments for like a 1/4 of the price of a new one. So perfect. So I gave my old one to my niece. And these are great. So has all the other attachments to it, but for grinding up stuff. But we're going to be blending up. I have a food processor. It's down in the basement. It's been there for years. It's too bulky, too much effort to get it out. This little Cuisinart with all the attachments does everything. Got all these little attachments for grinding and for doing vegetables. If you want to shred vegetables, you get the little shredder here. If you want to make coleslaw or stir fry, wonderful. One unit makes easier than having 20 different machines to do the same thing. So, oh, it's starting to boil. Had to use up the time. All right, now it's starting to boil. Nice, looking good. I think we're going to add some cheese to this today too. Shall we have a zingy cream of asparagus soup? Cream of broccoli? Yeah, we'll use pepper jack. Okay, it's starting to boil now. Ooh, smelling good. All right. So I'm going to turn it off just for a minute. I'm going to take some of this stuff here and a cup, much easier. Instead of taking the time for it to cook down in here, take a couple scoops out of here, in here. Yeah, maybe a little more. You just want to have enough broccoli left so that you know it's cream of broccoli soup. Okay, because that will cook down. Cover it over, put it on, and put it on chopped. Off, just enough to sludge it up. You can do the rest of it too. Looks good. I'll do the rest of it. Change my mind every time I cook. Do it a little different way. Okay, so that's done. Pour it back in the pan. Ooh, does that look good? Now I know it's broccoli. I can see the broccoli. Okay, and up here we put this in here. Okay. On top. That's enough. No, it's not enough. Wait, a little more. A little more, a little more. Don't want big chunks. On chop. Okay. We're done with the blender. Okay, get all that lovely stuff out of there. Okay. Now, good. Now we turn that thing back on. Turn it back on. We're done with the blender. Put that over there. Now, let's see, I'm going to spoon back. Ah, looks different now, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Now it's like a thick green sludge. Now to this, we're going to add heavy cream. The broccoli out there. Spices. Mrs. Dash. Put Mrs. Dash in here. Come on, lady. There you go. Mrs. Dash. Oh, my favorite garlic salt. And onto that, we'll add black pepper. And a little summer savory. Just a little bit. Turn that down a little bit. Okay. Okay, now those are our spices. Now we're going to add, let's do the cheese first. How much cheese do you think we got to put? Pepper jack. I think this is going to give it a zing flavor. Don't know how this is going to taste, but we like pepper jack. It won't be bland. It'll be zingy. Maybe 3 pieces of it. Maybe 4. So this is broccoli and cheddar. Pepper jack cheddar. Put that aside. Stir this in. Let it start mucking up. I hope you can see that. I can smell that summer savory. And the cheese will melt right in there. Now you don't use milk or skim milk. If you do, it'll curdle. You have to use one with a heavy fat in it, which is heavy cream or light cream or half and half. If you use skim milk, you will curdle. And curdle means it separates and it looks like cottage cheese on the top of your soup. It's awful looking. It tastes fine, and there's nothing wrong with it to eat, but it's just not very pretty. It makes you look like, it looks like somebody vomited. So you don't want to have that. So you use heavy cream with a lot of fat content. Nice. Look, see now, the cheese is all in. And now we add half and half. Heavy cream. How much heavy cream? We're going to add the whole thing. Heavy cream. Oh, there's a little thing floating around there, a little piece of celery didn't get jummed up. Nice. Now it's kind of thin, isn't it? Yes, kind of thin. We're going to add a little more light cream. Maybe a cup of light cream. And then that's it for that. Then to thicken it up, I'm going to add some soy protein. How much? I'm going to add 1 scoop. 1 scoop. It'll give it protein and it'll thicken it. So here we go. Let's hope that's going to work and not whisk it in so you don't get lumps. Never add any powdered stuff to something that's hot because you'll get lumps. I feel like Nutrisystem. This is what they do. They add soy protein to their meals. You have a little meal and you're full because it's full of soy protein. And let's turn it up to medium. Let it cook. And that's cream of broccoli soup. That's it.